What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are jumping into another Doom Raids, and let's take a look at the roster before we do. Spidey, level 80, ISO weight 2. What I would recommend is don't pump any more levels into these guys if you've already worked on the Web Warriors, because right now they are outperforming the Symbiotes, and obviously right now I've stopped pretty much pumping them past level 80, and I'd recommend you guys do the same as well and start investing in Web Warriors. Obviously, if you feel different and you feel like a level 85 is still the way to go for it. Right now I feel like just with how much they cost and everything, it's better to run the Web Warriors. Carnage level 80 as well, ISO 8 level 2. They'll still do really well. If you guys have big symbiotes, they'll still do the Doom Raids quite well, but moving forward, if they ever come out with Doom Raids 3 or 4 or something like that, or maybe a higher difficulty setting, then I feel like for sure if you got Web Warriors and Symbiotes matched in power level, the Web Warriors are going to outperform these guys. Venom, same thing, 80, blah, blah, blah. Don't know if I need to talk too much about that. Pretty much push as far as I can go right now, other than the levels and the stars, of course. Same thing with Scream, level 80 as well. And as I already indicated earlier, just if you guys want to push them higher, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. The Web Warriors are basically outperforming these guys at 200,000 or 300,000 less points in terms of their overall power level. And it's just, yeah, everyone's basically switching over to Web Warriors now. Anti-Venom, same thing. Haven't pushed any of these guys past level 80 for that reason. And, I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe in the future if they get a buff or if something else comes along that they're more better suited in. But right now, with how it is, Web Warriors are making Doom Raids look very easy. And I'll try to do some videos with those later on. But anyways, let's jump into node number 1. We've got number 1 on the left flank here, difficulty 2.2. So we'll run into that. And I don't think it's not very much. If you guys have, have already seen my previous videos on I think 2.0, pretty much, or 2.1 or whichever, it's pretty much very similar difficulty. It's very pretty straightforward, I think, for the most part. Once you get going and start getting some kills, they get the momentum, and then it's pretty much easy peasy. I like to go for Strange first because he can flip all the buffs. But yeah, with the Web Warriors, you know, they have pretty much blind evasion, and then you can spread the blind to everybody on the board. So it's like crazy. It's absolutely crazy. These guys don't have blind or the evasion part unless Anti-Venom's evade. He got evasion and he spreads it. But yeah, the Web Warriors are just they're on a completely another level here. So what I like to do is I like to focus on Scarlet after, because then she does her ability where she redistributes the health, and it's kind of annoying. Up to you guys what you want to do. Pretty straightforward. I usually focus on the left side, getting rid of Strife and Scarlet, just because they're in that cluster there, and it's usually pretty easy once you get some kills going and get some bleeds going, and once you get kill after kill, then they just get beefed up. And then, of course, saving your abilities as well for the next batch. When Black Bolt drops, that's kind of when you want to use your stun on him. See, we left her alone, and then she just does her health redistribution, which is kind of annoying. So no big deal there. It's just showing you guys that these nodes are fairly easy still, even when you have a little mess up like that. Like, it's pretty straightforward with these guys. For the most part, so they're not a bad team by any means. Just mine are 700 and what was the exact number? 700-ish, we'll call it. But if you run the Web Warriors, you can do this node with probably a 400k team. So it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. And then we can just auto basic here until the next wave drops. But what I recommend is, if you guys haven't already had invested in the symbiotes, if you're starting out or you're in the mid game and you haven't really had enough time to bring up some of these guys up to level 70 or 80 or 85 or whatever, I would actually spend those resources on the Web Warriors now that they're in the game, and hopefully you guys had a chance to get some of them unlocked during the events. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty tough. Like, I think Spider Ghost was, or is it Ghost Spider? Yeah. Anyways, Gwen. She was basically a blitz character. So I mean, that was probably the hardest unlock out of the three. And then of course Spider Punk had his event, and then Scarlet Spider had his. I guess he kind of had he had the pocket dimensions, and he had a kind of an event thing going on too. So but yeah, as long as you guys get them even unlocked at 2 or 3 stars, very effective. The blind and the spread and the evasion is just, it's an absolute nightmare. And having said that as well, even doing Dark Dimension right now, I have had some pretty good luck with you know, if you can mix the two as well. You don't need to exclusively just have you know, all the you know, all straight web warriors. You can if you don't have one of them unlocked, like let's say you don't have Spider Punk, I would say you can slot in, you know, Symbiote Spider. He's a really good one to slot in with them, just because of that stun he has, and then of course Scream as well. She helps because of the speed reduction. I haven't tried anybody else yet, but they seem to do quite well. So taking care of Black Bolt is the main key. Otherwise, you guys are gonna have issues with this node. And other than that, I think after you take care of him and you take care of the other stragglers, you can just pretty much auto the rest of the node. Obviously, you want to auto because these guys lack. We lack time as well, so it's always hard because these guys have beefier health in this higher difficulty, and that's what I've noticed. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward for the most part. Like I said already a million times, if you've already got resources invested in these guys, I would say just, you know, stop at level 70 or 80 or whichever. And I mean, look, we did lose Carnage there because we weren't paying attention, but that's okay. We'll just spend the revive. It's no big deal. Anyhow, that's how you guys. It's not the best one shot, but I was too lazy. I think we're on a mash day, so I don't want to be wasting energy, and I'll just spend the 50 whatever refreshes to bring him back. But hopefully it helps you guys out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.